All right, what is up, everybody? Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me, if you can see me, if everything's coming through loud and clear, and we will get started. So for those of you who guys are here bright and early at 4 p.m. I try to do this every Sunday. Sometimes I miss because life happens, but we try to get together every Sunday for these to do just like a little Q&A session, hang out with you guys, see what stuff you're dealing with this week, and see if I can help. Sometimes I'll talk about some stuff that's going on like in the Amazon realm. Awesome, you can hear me, sweet. Sometimes we'll talk about stuff going on in the Amazon realm. Sometimes there's like big breaking news, things like that. And other times like I just come to hang out with you guys. So I posted it earlier today, and we got some great questions. This time around, I don't really have any huge announcements. I mean, there's a couple things that I can chat about, but we've got just a couple questions over there from earlier today. If you guys have questions or things that you're dealing with right now, drop them in the comment section, and I will be going through those. I have about a half hour to 45 minutes today. Usually I can go a little bit longer, but we've got some plans this evening. So it's going to be a little bit shorter tonight, and that actually is, we joke about that because I always go like twice as long. But yeah, so drop your comments in the comment section and let me know where you guys are from. Okay, so just a couple like housekeeping things. First, so last Wednesday, or this past Wednesday, we did our huge like 20,000 member celebration. It was a huge success, huge hit. We did a bunch of giveaways and stuff like that. There's a little bit of miscommunication between me and Alicia, so some of those prizes have not gone out yet. And now that it's the weekend, most of the companies, like, I can't get a hold of anybody because it's the weekend. So we will be sending out that stuff hopefully on Monday. We'll get back to that, but we apologize for that. As another way of saying sorry, so we had made a coupon for the 20K group. Like anyone who was in that 20K celebration got a 20% coupon. We've just gone ahead and extended that until the end of the month. So instead of expiring today, it won't expire until the end of the month. And all of you guys here can use that as well if you would like. It's over on our website. So if you go to hustlebuddiesofficial.com, you can use that special. It was like when we hit 20,000 members, we did a huge giveaway, a bunch of prizes, a bunch of coupons, things like that. So that's what that's all about. If you guys want to participate in that, feel free. You can use that coupon. It's good for anything on our website, including the Q4 class. And that's actually one of the questions that we keep getting a lot. Like, is it too late? Is it too late? We will be shutting off new enrollment for our Q4 class. We will be shutting that off here in about 10 days, at the end of the month, basically. So yeah, if you do want to like get in for Q4, you should get that now. Stop waiting around. And it's not too late. There's going to be a lot of money to be made like on Black Friday and Christmas time. So that should help you guys. Okay, so that is all of my housekeeping for the day. I'm going to go over to the other Facebook post from earlier today, and I'll go through a couple of those questions, and then I'll get to you guys over here in the chat. All right. Oh, and by the way, if you are watching on Facebook, do us a favor and open up a second browser and go to our YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com. I wonder if I have a thing for it. Yeah. So it's youtube.com/c/hustlebuddiesofficial. Go ahead, head over there and subscribe to that as well. And if you're on YouTube and you're not a part of our Facebook group, then do that. Head over to Facebook, facebook.com/groups/hustlebuddies, and join that. All right. We post a lot of like tutorial things on YouTube, and we have a great community on Facebook. It's a little bit hard to do both in both places, and so we utilize both. All right. Let's jump into some of these questions. Clueless newbie. Yay, I'm a beginner. Awesome. Yeah, we had a ton of people join. I'll make a post every couple months. I make a post in like a Dave Ramsey group. And I made a post yesterday, and the admins over there approved it like 12 hours after I made it. I totally forgot about it. And all of a sudden I opened my phone and I had like literally 1,000 notifications. What the heck? And it was all from that Dave Ramsey group. So we've got a lot of new members coming from there. So we'll probably do some beginner stuff here in the next couple of days, but all right. How long after you started into FBA before you could afford to create a business? So Beth over on Facebook asked that. it doesn't really matter. I would say like if you're just kind of dabbling and you're just trying out this whole Amazon thing, you're not really sure what it is, just try it out and don't worry about the business side of things. If it starts working and if it's something that you want to pursue, then go ahead and get your sole proprietor or get your LLC or whatever you want. They're not very expensive. It completely depends on your state. I think in Florida, I want to say a sole proprietor is free and an LLC is like $100. I could be wrong about that. It's been a long time. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Don't let that like business stuff stop you from just like sort of trying this out, because all of that stuff can be fixed later. I think people sort of get like analysis paralysis and they just overthink and especially with this business, you just got to try some things. You just got to make a couple failures. You just got to get out and start doing this. And then so much more will make sense. If you just wait and you try to understand everything, you're never going to understand anything and you're never going to start. Let's see. Kimberly says, I'm putting together a big shipment and currently it's shipping to 10 different warehouses. Is it best to put it all in the same shipment or should I break it up into separate shipments? I don't understand. That's, to me, that contradicts itself. Maybe Kimberly, if she's watching this, maybe she can retype that for me. We did a video a couple weeks back, which I think will answer this. We did a video a couple weeks back about how to like get all your units to go to the same warehouse. And so that'll help. Now stuff just gets split up. The more that you send in, the less it will get split, but send in bigger shipments and your stuff will get split up less. Oh, you mean like put different warehouses in different shipments? Maybe that's what she means. I wouldn't bother with that. Does Amazon charge extra fees to continue storing items? Yes, they do. So ideally, you don't want to have Amazon store your stuff because it's not, you don't want to utilize Amazon storage. You want to utilize Amazon fulfillment. And Amazon, that's what they want as well. Especially in Q4, the fees go up. I don't remember the exact number, but I want to say it's about $2.50, like $2.50 per cubic foot per month during Q4. Are the fees, or the storage fees for that. So especially during Q4, you don't want to have stuff sitting. You want to just get it out. We try to shoot for selling stuff before 90 days. If it goes after 90 days, I might liquidate it unless it's like pretty good. And then usually I'm willing to hold on to it for about 11 months, depending on like the season, things like that. And usually like the month-to-month stuff outside of Q4, it's pretty negligible. So I don't worry too much about it. It's really just during Q4 that the storage space comes into play. Quick pros and cons of inventory placement service, Charlotte asks. Pros, there aren't really very many. Cons, there's a lot. I wouldn't recommend using it. It slows down your shipments getting checked in. It costs a lot of money. You can do it yourself for free. Again, I'm going to plug that YouTube video we did a couple weeks ago. Cody was actually, he helped with that, one of our admins or one of our mods. But yeah, you can do it yourself for free. So there's not a reason to use inventory placement service. They charge you money whether or not they actually placed the item. Now, there is a difference between inventory placement service and premium placement. Premium placement is something that is viable. It's quite a bit more complicated. You need to apply for it. It's much more advanced, so we don't really talk about it too much. But maybe in 2021, we'll talk about premium placement. Let's see. I just opened my account. Is it too late for me to take advantage of Q4? I'm considering getting your bundle course, but I'm gated in a lot of categories. And I don't know if the course will be worthwhile. That's a great question, Pearl. So as we said just a little bit ago, our Q4 course, we will shut down enrollment here in about 10 days or so. I think after October ends, that's when I would say it's too late to sort of learn this information and sort of get it. But there is still time right now. We have time before Black Friday. You can still buy things now and get them checked in prior to Black Friday. And because of that, I don't think that it's too late. And then Pearl, I just put a coupon code up on the screen for you. If you want to get 20% off that, you can snag that. Also, what you said where you just started and you're gated in everything, we break down how to get ungated, both in the Q4 class and in our grocery class. We've got lots of stuff about how to get ungated. We give you suppliers, all that stuff. So we make it super, super easy for you. It doesn't matter if you're gated in a bunch of stuff. We'll help you out there. And the Kohl's class, basically nothing at Kohl's is gated, so you don't worry about that. Let's see. A couple of these are a little more advanced. They're good questions, but I'm skipping some of these more advanced questions for now just because we've got so many beginners watching this. If you guys are watching this, feel free, drop your questions down in chat. Let's see. Marge was asking about free labels from UPS. Yeah, you can get free labels from UPS. You can even get a free thermal printer. So we did a video, I don't know, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. It was, I think, the last video we did, or maybe 2 videos ago, about how to get a free printer. It also talks about how to get your free labels, how to get all your different free boxes, all those different free supplies for this business. Free is the best. And I would rather tell you guys to get something for free than push out some really awful like affiliate link or something to make you guys pay money for something that you should be just getting for free. So just get the stuff for free. It doesn't matter if you just started or anything like that. Yeah, you will have to set up a professional UPS account, but that's free. Once you set up the professional UPS account, you can get all those labels and everything for free. All right, that was all the questions from Facebook from earlier today. I'm going to jump over here into our live chat. Man, we've got 132 people between all of our like YouTube and Facebook and our page and all that stuff. This is great, guys. I love it. All right. Darcy, my first live event. Yeah, I try to do these every Sunday. Sometimes I'll miss because, you know, we've got family and other stuff going on. Candace, just use your coupon code for kippah. Yeah, so if you guys want to grab that, you can shoot me a message. It's a little bit hard to type out here, but you can shoot me a message and I can send you a link and a coupon code to kippah. Let's see. Is it better to sell bras because of the influx of people? That question's worded a little bit strange, so I don't exactly know what you're asking. Bras are great. We're still selling lots of bras. I think everyone should sell bras. I think they're super easy to start with. There's so much supply, or I'm sorry, there's so much demand that like the supply almost doesn't matter. There will always be clearance bras out there for you to find and flip. Yeah, we haven't seen any meaningful changes there. Any tips on managing inventory when you have limited space? Are you talking about limited space in Amazon or limited space in your house? Okay, I'll answer both. But yeah, maybe you can clarify. So limited space in Amazon, if Amazon is limiting your quantity, then you just send in just fast moving stuff. That's the easy answer. Go for like the grocery products that are ranked really, really low and you can just churn them really, really fast. If you have limited space in your house, I would recommend just get stuff out of your house quickly. We did this from a 2-bedroom apartment when we were starting off. We did not have very much room. We had like one shelf and we stored all our boxes in like a bathtub that we weren't using. So you make it work, but once your stuff is sent into Amazon, then you're not touching it. So do less merchant fulfilling and more FBA, Amazon fulfillment. Yes, you can only add user permissions if you have a professional account. Basically, if your question starts with, can I only do X if I have a professional account? The answer is probably yes. You basically can't do anything with an individual account. It's not meant for you to do anything. It's meant for you to dip your toes in and like sell an old college book. It's not meant for anything else. You can set it up for free. You can learn some basics, but as far as like once you're ready to actually do this, get rid of the individual account. That's step one, the first step you should take before you do any, like before you try to like get kippah or inventory lab or coaching or any classes, anything like that, or any tools. The first thing you need to get is a professional account because not having that and spending money on other things is crazy. Not a problem, Bill. This is what we're here for. Yeah, for those of you who are new here and don't know us, I used to be a teacher, and we quit teaching to do this. And it was like, it kind of got lonely and we were teaching so many of our friends and family. It's like, you know what, let me just start teaching again. And so now I can sort of like scratch that teacher itch and I can help people still. And so it's a lot of fun for us. So is it still a good time to buy bras? It is always a good time to buy bras, Christian. Are people still wearing bras? The only time it was not a good time to buy bras was at the very beginning of Corona, because that was the only time in my lifetime where the entire population stopped wearing bras. But we're back to pretty much normal as far as bra shopping goes. We talk about bras a lot because they're really easy to flip. Let's see. I'm skipping some. I mean, there's a lot of great questions. I just don't have a ton of time tonight. So I'm trying to stick to more like basic ones. How to set up shipping, like use all the time for an item. I think, didn't we just, so Adolfo actually lives in my area. I thought we just talked about this, man. Where you just set up like a couple different templates. We've got a bunch of YouTube videos about how to set up templates. We're testing out going back to the free shipping method, like incorporating shipping into the price, because there's been less people talking about price gouging. The reason that we completely shifted away from that and shifted towards like the customer pays, let's say like $2 for this plus $8 of shipping. The reason why we differentiated that was because so many people were like, oh my gosh, $10, you're price gouging me. Because that's all that the news was saying. They were trying to make us the bad guy. So we're testing that out, and I'll go back with you guys if those go well. Yeah, so we did a huge like group call in our 20K member celebration group. Could someone link that 20K celebration group in the chat? If you can link that video, that'd be even cooler. I don't know if you're able to link that video, but if someone could like type in chat that 20K celebration group, I think it's like facebook.com/groups/ I want to say Hustle Buddies 20K. I don't remember for sure what the URL is, but yeah, it was amazing. We had like 5 or 6 different sellers on there. It was just a seller panel where like I had like 50 questions. We were just asking these established sellers, like, what do you do here? What do you do there? How did you start? How much did you start with? What did you sell? What were your biggest mistakes? It was amazing. We've got to like set that up. I don't know, maybe once a quarter or something. It was so good. And if you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely watch that. It's in the announcement section of our 20K celebration group. And it's all free, of course. Let's see. Yeah, so I've said this a couple times. We still got time for Q4. Black Friday is not here yet. You still have time to get something now and send it in for Black Friday. And most of the content in, so Q4, even though Q4 is officially started, it doesn't really start until Black Friday. It's like Black Friday until January. That's really when Q4 is actually happening. And I guess Prime Day in there a little bit. We had Prime Day, but yeah, you absolutely still have some time in there. We will shut down enrollments here at the end of the month. You'll still have access to it. It's just new people won't be able to come in. Hey, welcome, Katie, one of those Dave Ramsey people. Yeah, I made a post over there and it blew up. It's got like 1,000 comments. I think we've gotten like 1,500 members from that one post. It's crazy. I don't have my usual white t-shirt on. This is true. Yeah, I'm trying to go more towards that. I don't know, like those of you who know anything about like Jeff Bezos does this, Steve Jobs does this, Mark Zuckerberg does this, where like their wardrobe is just like 1 or 2 outfits because they make so many decisions throughout the day. They don't want their outfit to be one. So it's just like Mark Zuckerberg just wears gray hoodies and gray t-shirts. Because he's like, I don't want to wear anything else. I like what this looks like, and I'm going to take that decision out of my life. Because your brain, you can only make so many decisions in a day. So yeah, they like swear by that. It's a big like life hack thing for entrepreneurs. Now I am wearing my nice fancy shirt. It was my daughter's birthday weekend, so we've been celebrating. For Walmart, how are you finding products to sell? I know Amazon has a lot of trending tools and things like that. What does Walmart have? Right now, basically nothing. Walmart, it's kind of the Wild West. Right now, it's mostly like trial and error. We have a separate Walmart group for Hustle Buddies who are interested in selling on Walmart.com as opposed to Amazon.com. We made it a whole separate group, though, because it's like entirely different information, and we don't want to like throw all this Walmart stuff at Amazon people. So if you're interested in that, join the Walmart group, and we can chat over there. But there's unfortunately not many tools. It's mostly trial and error currently. Cecilia from Germany. That's super cool. I think there's an Amazon.gr. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's one over there. And of course, like you could sell it in the States as well. But locally, like we're actually planning on a Europe trip early next year. And I'm going to try to set up an account in Italy. And because I know Italy has one. I think Spain has Amazon as well. I need to check. But when we're over there, we're going to try to set up like actual accounts and do retail arbitrage in Italy to Italy. We're really excited about some potential content there. Are you using site monitoring services? Visual ping on OA sites. I have no idea what visual ping or Wacheti are, or Wachet. I use tool and site monitoring. I guess I don't exactly know what you mean by site monitoring. For online arbitrage, the main like golden standard that everyone uses is called tactical arbitrage. Now it's expensive. So if you're a beginner, if you're new at this, don't get that, because that would be like if I tell you to go build a treehouse and then you go and buy a crane and a forklift. That would be crazy. Go buy hammer and nails. If I tell you to build 10,000 tree houses, then you get your crane and your forklift. That's what tactical arbitrage is. And that's what basically everyone uses for OA. Yeah, receipts are generally accepted. Now, I did see someone earlier said that it was not accepted. The thing is, they are. It's just Amazon is finicky sometimes. There's not really a difference between a receipt and an invoice unless you're trying to get ungated. That's the only time that they're differentiated. But a receipt works for everything else. We get IP claims all the time. We get inauthentic claims all the time. We have won 100% of our cases and claims. Sometimes you just have to word it correctly. You have to annotate the things right. But the receipt itself is never the problem. Like if something doesn't get accepted, it wasn't because you used a receipt instead of an invoice. It was something else. That was the reason why it wasn't accepted. Let's see. That's funny. We had friends over last night that are from Riley. I forget how to pronounce it. North Carolina. They did not like living there, and so they moved down to Orlando with us. But that's awesome. 150 in sales in 1 week. That's pretty sweet. Let's see. Can you elaborate on the buy box? We've done a couple videos, so if you go to our YouTube channel, maybe I can pull this up actually. So the buy box is basically like if you're an Amazon customer, let's say you just type in like, I don't know, Nike socks, size 8 men's or something like that. The buy box is going to be who gets the sale if I just click the button that says buy it now. Now, the thing with the buy box is it's not completely static for everyone. So what I mean by that, if I'm trying to buy these Nike men's socks here in Orlando, and Eric Plenger, one of our mods, is trying to buy it up in, they're like in the Portland, Oregon area, we might see different buy boxes because Amazon highly prioritizes getting the buy box to the person, like getting the item to the person within 2 days. Like that's Amazon's big thing. Let's see, all about winning the buy box. Here we go. Let me post this this link in the chat, and then you'll have that. So that should help with your buy box question. But yeah, that's sort of what the buy box is. I recommend usually matching that price. Yeah, especially as a beginner, just match the buy box. You don't have to like do some big mumbo jumbo trying to outsmart people. All right. There's a lot of people talking about kippah. What's your opinion on Helium 10? Is it worth it? No, Helium, absolutely not. Helium 10 is the wrong tool for the wrong job. Helium 10 is a tool used for private label sellers. They've tried to market to arbitrage sellers by adding like a free version of kippah, but it's just a crappy, bad version of kippah. So it's worse than kippah for what you're trying to do. and 99% of its features are irrelevant to you because it's for private label sellers. Yeah, I don't personally like it. They've reached out to me. There's been like 6 different people from Helium 10. They've reached out to me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, multiple times on Facebook, through email. I think they got my number someplace. They're constantly trying to get me to be an affiliate for them. So if I thought that they were at all good, I would tell you guys because they would pay me a lot of money, but I don't. So I say stick with kippah. Stars are not enabled. I'm not sure what you mean by that. On Facebook? Oops, my camera. My DSLR turns off after 30 minutes. Let's see. How do you account for items that you end up using for personal use, accounting tax, like it's a grocery item nearing expiration and you eat it? I would recommend talking to your accountant about that. There's different ways. Every business has loss like that. Whether it's through theft, whether it's things expire, every business has that. And so you should talk to an accountant about how you want to like notate that. All right, I've got time for just a couple more questions and then I gotta jump off. Yeah, we've got a video. Let me see if I can put this in chat. Business, how to start, how to mitigate risk. Where is it? The boring stuff? Like titled The Boring Stuff. There we go. All right, let me post this in chat. This is a video we did. Talks about like taxes, insurance, setting up your business, all that stuff that I think you're asking about. All right, just posted that in chat for you. And it doesn't really matter. Like it just has to do with taxes. It doesn't affect anything else. Whether like you want a sole proprietor or an LLC or an S corp, it only has to do with taxes. If you're just starting, just get sole proprietor. If you're like really taking this serious, probably get an LLC. And if you start growing, then get an S corp. That's like the basics of what people do. Topical without an expiration date. Check the lot number. There's websites out there. People were actually just talking about this the other day. I think it might be in our 100K club group though, about some websites. Maybe try calling the manufacturer, figure out when like that lot date was created, because it should still have like a lot number somewhere on the thing, even if it doesn't have an expiration. So head there. Yeah, and that group call that we did, that was amazing. That was so cool. Oh, awesome! Thank you. Somebody linked the 20K. That's the if you guys want to watch that big group call that we did, it was like a seller panel. We asked a bunch of questions. Go to this group, so facebook.com/group/hustlebuddies20K, and watch the big announcement thing. Watch the seller panel. We also did a really long like beginner tutorial at the beginning of it, because we do have so many beginners that are just now joining the group. So like the first half is a beginner tutorial, the second half was a big seller panel, and then we did a giveaway raffle thing at the end. What if I'm in another city sourcing? That is totally fine. It does not matter at all. And I don't have an address to refer. What can I do? What do you mean you don't have an address? You're somewhere. Yeah, like, is your RV, are you in an RV? Are you parked at a Walmart? Like, are you boondocking at Walmart? So put Walmart's address. Are you in a hotel? Put the hotel's address, and ship it out from there. You can absolutely do like road trip sourcing like that. Super easy. Not a big deal. If you're trying to join the 100K club, you need to send me a Facebook message. I am Nate Jackson or Nathan Jackson on Facebook. Send me a Facebook message with a screenshot of your sales. It's been a little bit hard to keep track of, so that is the only way. Like if you message me and you're like, oh, send me a link. Nope, can't do it. You need to find the group yourself and then send me a screenshot. That's the only way that we can make it work. It's too unorganized otherwise. Yeah, I've had a lot of FBA returns because it didn't arrive on time. Very normal. Even more normal during Q4. Like January, February, you're going to have more returns than you've ever had before. But that's fine. It's part of doing the business. That means you had more sales than you ever had before. There's nothing you can do about it. What advice do I give? Forget about it. Stop looking at that metric and just sell more stuff. That's what you got to do. Yep. I guess we're kind of taking questions of both. I think I did go live in the Walmart. You might be watching this from the Walmart group. We're mostly streaming this in our Amazon groups, but I think I did select that we were live in Walmart as well. Yeah, I'm guessing it just says Facebook user. It doesn't tell me your name. I'm guessing you're the person who's asking about tools. And unfortunately, there aren't really any tools for Walmart currently. As soon as there are, as soon as I know about them, I will share them with you guys over in that Walmart group. All right, so we've hit a point where we've maxed our budget for inventory, waiting for our next payout. What do you suggest to do in the meantime? This is an excellent question. We talk about this all the time with our coaching students and different people that we mentor. It's really, really common to hit that bottleneck of you've run out of funds. A couple recommendations. First, spend your money slower next time. Instead of, like, let's say you get your payout, you said October 27th. Let's say you get your payout October 27th. You have 2 weeks to spend that money. Don't go out the very next day and spend your entire budget. Spread it out is going to do a couple things. One, in general, you'll make better buys, because if you're like, okay, I've got, I don't know, let's say you have 10,000 in a payout. It's like, all right, I've got 10,000, and you go to the store, you're like, okay, well, I could just spend 10,000 today. What's going to happen is you cut some corners and you take some things that aren't great. Like maybe instead of getting like 100% ROI, you're okay with 50% ROI. So I don't recommend that for that reason. Second reason is if you spend it all, well, now you have nothing to do. Like you're sitting here and you're like, oh, well, what do I do? I can't source right now. And to me, like the way that I personally operate, I don't function like that. If I'm done with something, I'm done. And then my mind changes. It's like, all right, well, what am I going to do? Oh, I guess I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Like, I guess I'm going to go do this. Like if I didn't have a budget to spend, it would be very hard to learn how to Amazon. So spread your budget out. It's why we don't send kids to school 2 days a week for 15 hours a day. Like you spread out the learning and you retain stuff much, much, much better. So spread it out. As far as things you can do, you can look for replens right now. You can't buy the replens, but you can put in that extra time to look for replenishable items. Instead of clearance things, look for replenishable things. That's huge that you can do. You can start doing more like back end things. So maybe you can start setting up some wholesale accounts. Start looking for like if you're not ungated in grocery or topical, then go get yourself ungated in that. If you're not set up, if you're like legal entity, if your business stuff isn't set up, go do that. If your tax stuff isn't figured out, go do that. There's always like administrative stuff that you can take care of, or try to get some free stuff. So this is another thing we've recommended this to a lot of our coaching students. Make a post. So to preface this, books are very easy to flip on Amazon, and everyone can sell them. Nothing is gated, pretty much. Make a post on like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, free book haul away. I will take your books away. Like, did you have a family member move out? Did you have a family member that's deceased? Do you have a basement that you don't know what to do with? Let me know. I will come by with my truck, with my car, with my van, whatever, and I will take all of your old books away, and we will give them to a good cause or something like that. I myself am a good cause. Like we're a foster family, we're an adoptive family. So I don't have to like explain that too much. And in the end, you probably are going to be donating most of the books because 95% of these books are going to be junk. And so it's not a lie. Like if you say, oh yeah, like we'll be donating these to this local library, this school or whatever. That's not a lie. Now, 5% of them you are selling, and so that's worth your time. So look for some free inventory like that. Should you avoid products Amazon is in the buy box? No, not at all. I never have said that personally. I know other content creators do say that. I strongly disagree with that. I think that's not good advice. You absolutely can sell if Amazon has the buy box. Look at the number of sellers, see if the price changes. Occasionally, Amazon won't share the buy box, but that doesn't mean you'll never make a sale. If you're going really deep on something, you can do further research. But if you're just getting a couple things to test stuff out, that doesn't matter at all. So this is an interesting question. So they're asking if you can get ungated or unrestricted in items as an individual seller. Amazon's official answer is no, you cannot do this. like in their page where it's like comparing and contrasting like individual account versus pro account, one of the line items is, can you get ungated? It says no, and then this one says yes. So the official answer is no. The unofficial answer is yes, you can. Amazon doesn't know how Amazon themselves work. So you can get ungated and stuff. But again, I'm going to go back. I said this at the beginning. Getting a professional account, that is step one for all of this. If you're actually doing this, you have to have a professional account. And usually you'll save money because you're spending $1 per item you sell anyways. So if you're selling more than 40 items, it's cheaper to have a professional account than it is to keep that individual account. This is a good question. If I have a receipt from a discount store that's not itemized, is that okay? No, that's not okay. There are a few exceptions to this, and I'll give you both ends of this, Rachel. And I can only take like 2 or 3 more questions after this. So I'll give you a couple examples. Example 1: you buy a pair of Nike shoes from Marshalls. Okay, Marshalls will sell you Nike shoes in box. Your receipt will say men's athletic shoe $29.99 or something like that. And then it'll give you a bunch of numbers that are not the UPC at all. That receipt you have to do work with. There's some posts in the group about like taking pictures of like your tag with the receipt, all that stuff. There's some work you have to do to legitimize that because nothing on that receipt is connected to that item. It's very hard to prove that. And so, yeah, if you're doing it that way, you need to be taking pictures. Things I would avoid are going to be like difficult, like electronics. I would never buy electronics. Like if you're going to like Big Lots or TJ Maxx, places like that, don't ever buy electronics from those places. That's just asking for a headache. So avoid that. However, let's say you go to, I'll use Big Lots again. You go to Big Lots and you get some, I don't know, Hershey's chocolate syrup. Your receipt might just say chocolate syrup on it. And it won't give you the UPC or anything like that. Chocolate syrup, $1. Okay. Groceries is the kind of category, like you don't get Hershey's chocolate syrup as a customer. You don't get that and be like, I think this is a fake. I think someone sold me a counterfeit Hershey's chocolate syrup. It just doesn't happen. And companies, for the most part, don't really send out like IP claims for grocery stuff because it's not a thing. People aren't selling knockoff groceries. So don't worry about it if it's like a grocery item. Topicals, it kind of depends on the price point of it. And then stay away completely from like electronics if the receipt isn't itemized. Hope it's not snowing where you are. We got it in Alberta, Canada. It is not snowing here in Orlando. It was like 95 degrees yesterday when I went outside. It is hot. Hey, the grocery category still a go. We freaking love the grocery category. Now you will have to get ungated in it. We have a video on YouTube for how to get ungated in groceries. Maybe someone can link that in chat if they have it. But yeah, we've got a video on YouTube for how to get ungated. We absolutely love it, and I think it's amazing, especially during Q4. Like candy feels like crazy. All right, just a couple more questions. Yes, Jungle Scout is like Helium 10, and they're both garbage. If you're doing private label, then get Helium 10. Jungle Scout is always the wrong tool for always the wrong job. They never use that for anything. If you're a private label seller, then you can use Helium 10. If you're an arbitrage or a wholesaler, don't bother getting either one of those tools. The wrong tool for the wrong. Helium is the right tool for the wrong job. Jungle Scout is wrong and wrong. Never get Jungle Scout for anything. And don't look at their estimator. It's worthless. Yeah, we may do some private label in 2021. In what point in your business would I consider this? When my business is like self-reliant, which it already is, and when we want to become fully globally mobile, which we're moving towards currently. So that's why we're looking at it in 2021. Not because I think it's any better. It's just more like if I'm in Italy, for example, I can have my private label thing going from Italy. But it's a terrible, terrible place for beginners to start. So I don't really talk about it because people get too excited about it. And it's just such an awful place that people fall into and make so many mistakes. So I usually don't talk about it. How can you learn more about kippah? You can watch our video about kippah or do a search in the group for kippah. We've done, I just searched it on our own channel. I've got 4 different videos on our YouTube channel with the keyword kippah. There is the big one. Yeah, the most important thing is to look at the sales rank history and the price history. If you forget everything else, you've got 90% of what you need just with those 2 graphs, the green bar and the blue bar. Yes, this is common. X site doesn't allow for drop shipping for this. Yes, no site basically. Like Walmart doesn't allow it, Amazon doesn't allow it, eBay doesn't allow it, and people do it all the time. I don't recommend it because you can get your account shut down. Does it still happen? Yeah. I mean, it's illegal to sell drugs, but people sell drugs because there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of money in drop shipping, and people get kicked off all the time for it. Yeah, I don't recommend it, but it does happen. Yeah, Caroline. So it can take a while for your account to get approved. It's not abnormal to wait even like 2 weeks. That's not uncommon at all. Sometimes it's right away. Sometimes it's a couple days. Sometimes it's 2 weeks. Just keep checking back. I would recommend keep checking on the computer. The app is really only used for scanning products. Don't use the Amazon Seller app for anything else for your business. Just use it to scan products. So if you're not at that step yet, stick with your computer and keep going. Keep trying to log into Seller Central to see if you've gotten in yet and gotten approved. Yeah, we have like coaching and mentorship stuff. All of that is on our main website, houseofbuddiesofficial.com. And we've got some coupons there as well if people want to use that, because we just hit 20,000 members in our Facebook group, so we did a big coupon celebration. Let me see. What do you do? My items aren't selling as fast or as profitable as anticipated. I don't have nearly the expected budget to flip my money. In our experience, all the people that we've coached that have said this, it's because they're not repricing their stuff as much as they should be. You need to be going in every single day. I'm not exaggerating. I recommend going in 4 times a day. If you're doing this manually, reprice your items 4 times a day. It's more important for you to get your money turning and get it back than it is to get a larger profit. That's why I tell people aim for 100% ROI. I say that because as the price drops, you still got plenty of wiggle room. Even if you sell it for, like, you list something for $20 and then the price drops to 19 and then 18 and then 17. Even if you're selling it for 16, you're probably still making some profit on it. If it's been there for like 3 months, that's when it's like, all right, just sell it at a break even. Like, you just want to get that $10 back or whatever you spent and then go buy something else that will make you more money. But yeah, that's usually your items are not selling as fast because you're not repricing them, and because you made some mistakes when you bought it and you didn't actually look at the data. That's why you need to get things like kippah and things like that, so that you can know absolutely, like, you see all of the data, you know if this item is selling. That's why we talk about kippah so much. Top 2 tools by far that people should get. Let's see. See, Amazon's asking for a deposit account. My guess is that you're trying to do this from your phone, and it's probably a little bit more obvious on the computer. I could be wrong about that. But usually when I see questions about like errors getting things set up, it's usually because people are doing it over the phone. You probably got an email, something about it, but there's probably a link somewhere. And then there's going to be another link that's like how to fix this if you're on your desktop or on your laptop. Ooh, this is a good question. We have a blog post about this. So Aura is a repricer that we usually recommend to people who are like small to mid-grade. Once you get larger, I recommend Seller Snap. We did a blog post about this. Let me see if I can find It's like when to, if you, so I don't have the link here. Here's what I'll do. Here's our blog. So hustlebuddies.com, not Hustle Buddies official, just Hustle Buddies. That's the blog website. If you go to the blog and then look at like all posts, there's going to be one that talks about repricers, and it breaks down exactly, in my opinion, exactly like at which point a person should use which one. We have a special coupon for Seller Snap if you're looking to upgrade. So yeah, we did a whole thing about that. Plus there's links, plus there's coupons and all that stuff. So head there and check that out. Is the Q4 class best for newbies? If you're like brand new, like you don't have an account and you've never shipped something, no. However, what you can do is if you go again to the website, you go to Hustle Buddies official. Did I spell that right? HustleBuddiesOfficial.com. You go to all classes or all courses, whatever it says, and click on the beginner kickstart webinar. Go there, and then there's a coupon that you can use for that one, Katie. And it'll get you that like beginner kickstart webinar completely for free. That will get you up to speed, up to the point where the Q4 class starts. So if you like haven't shipped anything, you don't have an account, you're not ready for the Q4 class, but there's a beginner class that'll bring you up to speed, and then the Q4 class will take you the rest of the way. That's a good question. It depends on what kinds of replens. If you looked at kippah, are they just replens because of COVID? We've seen this time and time again. People think that they found replens. They're not really replens. It's like, oh, I found, I don't know. We'll use sanitizer as an example. Oh, I found this sanitizer that I can flip for $20 and I'm buying it for $5. This is a great replen. That is not a replen. That is inflated because of COVID. A month from now, it's probably not going to be good. 2 months from now, it's not going to exist. So it depends on your replen. All replens come in and out eventually. We've had a replen that we get from Walmart. It's just an average everyday item. I've had it for 4 years. Almost. I mean, we've almost been selling 4 years. It was the very first thing I found. And to this day, it is still profitable depending on the month. Sometimes it'll jump up to like $15 or so, and that's when it's profitable. And then a bunch of sellers jump on it because they all see it and think it's a great replen. And then when there's 100 sellers on it, well, then the price drops. Supply and demand, the equilibrium falls. It goes down to like $9.99, and then it's not profitable. And then everyone liquidates and gets rid of it. And then when everyone liquidates, well, now there's only like 5 sellers or 10 sellers, and the price goes back up. So we can pretty much always keep some in stock, and we'll price it somewhere in between. But yeah, all right. So that is all the time that I have for tonight. Thanks for coming out to our Sunday Night Live. If you have not liked this video, give it a like. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, all that stuff. We appreciate you guys. It's been a lot of fun these past couple weeks, kind of celebrating like 20,000 members and all the growth. And it's crazy. Like last week, we celebrated 20,000 members. Today, we have 23,141 members. Like we're growing so fast. It's crazy. I love it. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Keep hustling. Keep finding that profit. And I will see you next Sunday. I might see you before then if I do another YouTube video. All